if I told you prophets got high in the Bible? So in part 1, we cracked open the Bible and found something wild. What we find, dope soul? What we find? Okay, all right now. Don't rush me. I was about to tell you. I was about to tell you. Don't rush me. We found out that holy anointing oil might have actually had cannabis in it. Myrrh, cinnamon, olive oil. What is myrrh? Like, is that like a spice or a herb or something like that? Because myrrh, who decided to name the herb something boring as myrrh? I don't even want to try it. I know they're just bland. That's a bland ass name. If your name is myrrh, I'm so sorry. I just know I think you Jeffrey Dahmer or something. Like, not eating the people, Jeffrey Dahmer, but just like the way he acted. You just myrrh? Anyway, that wasn't the most important ingredient in the holy anointing oil. That title goes to the mysterious kaneh-bosm. And honestly, the deeper we go, the more trippier it gets. But here's the thing. If cannabis was really in this secret recipe, this means prophets, priests, and maybe even entire ceremonies, they were infused with something way more elevated than we could have ever imagined. And today, in part 2, we're diving straight into what it might have actually felt like to use it, why it mattered, and how it shaped early spiritual practice. What's up, potties? It's the dopest soul you'll ever meet, and welcome back to High History, where we talk about real people getting real high back in the day.
I'm the type of nigga that gets sassy on the bitch. VVS, clarity, stone, Prezi on the bitch. And I'm feeling like the hand of God bless me in this bitch. Put respect up on my name, ho, I'm heavy in this bitch. I just want 7 Grammys.
If you're new, make sure you hit that like button and that subscribe button and that post notification bell so y'all can make sure y'all know when I drop these videos. They come out every Saturday. We're gonna drop a new story for you every Saturday. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see. But let's get into the story. So the way they used the oil wasn't just dabbing a little on your forehead and calling it a day. No, they was really getting crazy with the oil. Like they was literally getting crazy with the oil. They would literally drown themselves with it. The oil was poured over the head, running down into the beard, soaking garments, and seeping into the skin. In Psalms 133 is even described as running down Aaron's beard to the edges of his robe. Do you know how much oil you have to pour on your head for it to run all the way down from your beard all the way to the edge of your robe? That's a lot of oil. It shouldn't even make it past your shoulders, for real. It should seep then. It's you pouring that much on your body that it's going all the way down to your feet. Y'all's trying to get high. But for real, that means that this wasn't symbolic in a tiny sprinkle type of way. This was immersive. So with that much fragrant oil, the smell would have been intense, stinky, skunky, delicious. So they said myrrh has like this earthy sweetness type of smell to it. So the combination with that earthy sweetness, cinnamon and spice, and that herbal kick from the kaneh-bosm, it would have just filled the room. And if kaneh-bosm was weed for real, that smell alone would have been noticeable, possibly even catching contact, inhaling it in confined, intense, heavy spaces. But the experience went deeper than the smell. In a time with no synthetic fragrances, no perfumes from the mall, this oil was sacred luxury. You didn't encounter it unless you was a priest, a prophet, or a king. So that's the part that kind of fucked me up a little bit, because what do you mean? So a regular schmegular person like me, I wouldn't have been able to use it. I wouldn't be able to get the experience of being able to talk and to feel God. But you can because you a priest, a prophet, or a king. I thought the point of Christianity is you want everybody to meet God. You're supposed to be, if you're a prophet, your job is literally to bring me to God. So why are you the only one that could talk to him? I don't be understanding this. I don't be understanding this logic that they be having going on. But whatever. So the important people were the only ones that could use it. That meant the moment you felt the warmth of the oil on your skin, you were stepping into an altered mental state. And not just because of the plant's effects, but because you knew that this was the gateway to the presence of God. So ancient Hebrew rituals were sensory on purpose. Sight, golden fire; sound, trumpets singing; smell, incense; oil; and taste, bread and wine. This combination of physical sensation, plant compounds, and spiritual expectation could create something we might describe today as a psychedelic state. And here's the thing, this just wasn't no one and done experience. Every time a priest entered the service, every time a king was crowned, every time a prophet was commissioned, that oil came out. Over the years, it became more than just a recipe. It was like a spiritual technology, a way of preparing the body and mind of a spiritual connection. While the anointing oil was the most sacred use of kaneh-bosm, it wasn't the only way cannabis may have been woven into Israelite worship. Archaeological evidence, like the 2020 Tellerrad discovery, suggests cannabis resin was also burned onto altars. This wasn't just casual incense to freshen up your tent. This was part of formal temple offerings. Burning resin on a hot stone or altar wasn't just about producing a nice smell. It created a thick smoke that filled the holy space. In ancient spiritual practice, smoke was seen as a carrier, a physical representation of prayers and sacrifices rising to the heavens. If we step back and think about it, this makes sense in a broader ancient world context. Other cultures like the Scythians, Egyptians, and Hindus also burned cannabis in religious ceremonies. For Israel, the use of kaneh-bosm may have been one more way they engaged the senses to create an immersive, unforgettable encounter with the divine. This wasn't recreational. Cannabis in the Bible wasn't rolled up for a casual smoke after chores. It was ritual, intentional, and woven into the fabric of faith. The plant's value wasn't into escaping reality, but in magnifying it. And here's the wild part. If this connection is real, this means that cannabis has been a part of humanity's sacred story for thousands of years, shaping worshiping practices and influencing how people experience their God. But the Bible is just one chapter of this plant's long history. While Egypt tends to hog the spotlight when we talk about Africa's ancient cannabis use, the truth is the plant's roots stretch far deeper across the continent. Kingdoms and cultures from Mali, Ethiopia, to the Horn of Africa all had their own relationships with cannabis. Whether it's medicine, ritual offering, or a tool for kings and shamans. And that's where we're heading next. Because if cannabis in the Bible showed us how it could connect humans to God, cannabis in ancient African kingdoms shows us how it could connect humans to each other through trade, culture, and shared ritual traditions. Next time on High History, cannabis in ancient African kingdoms beyond Egypt. Dun dun dun. But that was the episode for today, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that post notification bell. Make sure you smoke the gas and pass the gas. Dope Soul out. Yeah, I'm still so drunk from last night. Oh my God, I feel nauseous as hell. Whew.